Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are tuning in with Enchantress, the Babbler, aka Jennifer Molina, author of The Darker Night Light of My Soul, available for purchase on Amazon. If we think about it, and if we let it, other people's truths can funk us up if we allow them to. But think about that and what it does, because other people's truths are, if we were to break it down, part of this conditioning that's like floating around. You see, everything you think you believe up until this point, you see, has all been conditioned and fed to you, you see, by others and their truths, telling you what it is that they believe, and they feed it to you, and you eat it up, and that's life cycling about, and that is what we know as truth. Yet here we are, individuals and unique by far, you know, even if there are similarities through and through, because that's just life. We're gonna find similarities and differences too. But what is truth? For the truth you know now was given to you from the moment you came out of your mother's womb, breastfed, spoon-fed. These are the things I think of, you see. And even if I allow these things to creep into me, for they could be maddening, because then when you try to get into your center aligned, it's like, what is this life? And what is being perceived by me? Like, do I even really see? Like, these are the things that I be thinking, you see. Because think about it. How did you learn how to speak? And who told you those words were those words and what they meant? And who, and why? These are just the conditionings of life. I mean, have we gotten it right? Like, all this war, all this folklore, all this misleading, all this deceiving, got me like retreating, like retreat. Retreats for this lifelong feeling of defeat. I don't know. I just be thinking about these things. You see, like, poetry, it like somehow speaks through me, you see, because I find the words to fill in this express of these collective conditionings felt on my chest. Like, we fight at best. I mean, that is like the thing we all do. Defense mode mechanism is like on super overdrive too. Like, these are the things that we do. We take every motherfucking thing personally, you see. Like, if everything that we see is directed at me, we see, and then there's war. Roar! I mean, can you tell me anything more? Like, this karmic cycle that we speak about on a spiritual level, like, yeah, that's what I be about. But come on now, this is an earthly cycle. Be present in your moment, this present moment cycle. Like, what karma is your power house on display? Like, these messages, sometimes they keep cycling about because we seem not to, like, get it. We gotta go through it one more time in another cycle. Let's rewind and let's gift you some sight to see this pattern of conditioning, of behavioral habits, perceptions, speech. Like, do we even think? I know I speak, crazy, so it seems, but is it? Come on, let's go into reality as it seems. Or are you just fishing to be just like everyone else you see, but feeling left out? Like, is that what we really all about? Like, what is this about? Powering down, like striking you out, like null and void. This void right back at ya. Infinite. Spectacles. Spectating. Deliberating. Pulsating. Energizing. Invigorating. What am I saying? Good morning, sun. For our time has come to come undone and just shift our awareness and pry into our perception of understanding and accepting what is reality in all that it brings. Even if the reality doesn't fit with me, side with me, like rhyme with me, vibe with me, at least I'm understanding the reality outside of me, you see, and I get the opportunity to think, breathe for me. Never mind all this witchery, right? Go back to them times infinity. Fudge with me. Ancient seeds, right? This root is on fire. Are we wearing our proper attire? This poetic desire. I just feel free. Vibe with me. Think with me, but think for you. You know what I'm saying? I say think with me, ride with me, and vibe with me, but all for you. Like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I mean, do you ever do what it is that is for you? Or do you have these moments in time that in your life you have felt and you've come alive and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this time for myself. And then, this gifting of health, wealth that is felt from here. But then the moment is passing too, and then life becomes a little bit more of a reality that you have made clear from your conditioning. And then you go back to these things, and then we hold on to these memories of that moment in time that we felt our shrine and honored the divine within us. But for whatever reason, life got to us. You know what I mean? These things. What is reality? I just be thinking about these things sometimes, guys. And I'm finally allowing it to burst alive. And this guy can stop riding my ass behind, because if he does, there's bars for that too. You know what I mean, dude? Like, if you in such a rush, you can change your lane. But this is the speed of these days, so you must conform in some way and stop being reckless in your ways. Know what I'm saying? Like, does he got brains? Or he just speeding along because he got somewhere to go? Like, that's what most people do most times anyways. I got somewhere to go, I got somewhere to be, I got but meanwhile ignoring I. Like, they focus on the external I of all these responsibilities, you see, all these conditionings, you see, of these life measurements, you see, that we must measure up to be. Like, can you see the human experience of tragedy, like, repeating itself on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat? Ay, ay, ay. Poetry is that. And finally, I am free to express myself this free and evolve in the notion that I know that this too is just a seed of a seed of a seed of a seed being implanted within me, being externally expressed, like, you know, planting something that even I can't even conceive at this time, like mesmerized finally by the sacredness in I. These times, it's always these times. There's always people in history always appearing to be eccentric, you see. Speaking of these infinite otherworldly things that do exist, you see, that most people focus on the external reality being presented to thee, like if it is only, like if it's for the whole. Your truth and my truth, although might be the same, let's say, does not mean that it's the same. How do you even begin to express something that is just out there? You just have to get it. And you get it when you let it. Like, are you blocking it, you see? Like, are you so stubborn and refuse to see the abstract understanding of what this all is and the reality you believe and perceive you live in, that you like freaking swallow up whole? And like, meanwhile, there's so many other things that even are visible to our physical eyes that people just for whatever reason don't even see it. This poetry in full aligned emotion, vibrating these reality shift explosions. Like, come on now. Or do you cop out of this too and give your life to your invisible God, creator, and leave it up to him or her to know what's best for you? Oh, believe me, I'm not mocking religion, boo, okay? So you can save that too and, you know, hit repeat in your own life and discover what it is that you got to, like, let sink into your divine right. I wish and pray that that is the seed living to breed and breathe and burst to life within you. Because copping out and handing it over to your savior ain't gonna save ya. Yeah. what they say? Or like ace of spade? Or I don't know. I never get these things right. But you get the analogy, you see, because call it ace of spade, a spade of ace, whatever was an ace of hearts. I call it ace of hearts. Right here. Because baby dolls, baby cakes, beautiful ones, awakening sons, daughters, yo, gender free. Because what are we? Have we cycled about many a time? So then, you know what? We've been men, women, everything in some kind of way. If that's the case. But again, I'm not touching on belief systems here. Just thinking systems here. Be a little clear with yourself. For yourself. For your health, wealth, stealth, immunity to this deception of a conditioning of a reality that I don't know what you think you see. I'm not scolding anyone's either. You know, this is for me too, because when I play it back later, I'm like, oh, were you listening, boo? Because girl, you can speak too, but are you listening to? Because there's many times that I've caught myself saying and I'm like, did I say that? And then like thinking about it, I'm like, I have to ponder that too, like, you know, collective, boo. Like I'm just channeling in some way too, like this poetic stream that is filtering itself through me and speaking is just, you know, for our own, you know, evolution of elevating, illuminating, you know, being expressed. So I gotta listen too, you know what I mean? Like, this is for me too. Like I said in another video before, you know, people say you open too many doors. I think so many close so many doors. Lazy. Like, if that's how you want to depict it, like you don't want to do the work because the work is too much. You know what? It is. But you know what comes out after that dark little freaking tunnel of thinking that, you know, you can't feel through some certain things? Because believe me, you can feel through the pain and come back like on some enormous gain of rain within you through that storm, and acknowledging that without any hurt, feel like that feeling still there, like, you know what I mean? I know pain, and I know you can get through it too. That pain don't make you. It may try to break you, but it don't make you. Unless you let it. And that's pathetic. I guess that's just my opinion too, but you know what? I'm entitled to that too. Come a long way. This right here comes from this life human experience. Gotta go through to get through. And you gotta stop externalizing your own personal world, space, civilizing, and start gifting yourself the very things that you seek externally from you. You gotta forgive yourself too once you get through that because you realize, oh shoot, I didn't do, and then kick yourself in the ass, you know, for not being perfect and rad, you know, the whole time. But you know, let go of that too. Let go of that too. I know I get all passionate and, you know, like whatever, but there's humor in this weather. Like, I'm gonna laugh. I'm still always gonna laugh and just feel good. Even when, you know, tears stream down my face, that's okay. People look at that as weak. No, no, no. These tears will cut you. That's funny. See what I mean? Humor in these dreams that speak. Okay, so I just want to thank you again for meeting me in this space, in this place. It's totally appreciated, welcomed, and if your defenses went up in any kind of way when looking at this video in any kind of way, all I can say is trigger, pull my finger, dive deeper, boo. You know, because there's no reason for my personal to trigger you unless you got something you need to do, and that's to get down into the deep root of you and find out que te pica. That's what I always ask people. Que te pica. Find out what itch you need to scratch, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. That I do clearly see. And so, even if that vibes you the wrong way, what can I say? Have a nice day. But this is not for any of that. Like, this is heartfelt, straight, like, in love, for love, with love, for all, honoring the sacred call of just living free, authentically, as we are designed to be in every way. Repression, this can go away. You know what I'm saying? Because you are beautiful and you are on this journey, and in this journey we want to call it the human experience, and you see, and that is something cool, you see. So this discovery of you and me, we can be a community, but individual, yes, we shall seek. And everything that we dream to be, if that is something that we feel we need to be, unless that is too kind of concept of thinking, perceiving, and being, and living, and striving for, is part of our conditioning folklore. You know what I mean? But these are the things that you gotta do to dive into you. You know what I'm saying? And here I am, a support system in some way. You know, I get on my poetic extreme, and you know, that's the kind of thing us some folk like to do. Good morning, son. For our time has come. You know what I mean? Jelly beans? Okay, I see that it's time for me to dip out, flip out. You feel what all these energies are about? It's what you make them about. You know what I mean? Because this vessel, this shield that is like super secret to me. You can have one of yours, you too, if you want. You know what I mean? So, like, imagining, you know, these things that are power streams of just so many things. You know what I mean? So, like, be all that you can be, but you got to take the action steps too. And all is good, all is well. This too shall pass.